Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are having a wonderful afternoon right before Thanksgiving week and weekend, I should say. Not week, we're in the week, it's Tuesday. Hope that you guys are having a wonderful one. Today, we are returning to a little 1975. We are listening to Mime. I almost said The Mime, but that'd probably be a quiet song. This is off of their album, A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships, released 2018. This was suggested and sponsored by Des. Des, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. Really appreciate that, the continued support on this. So, we are diving into this particular track. Can I just tell you, this is an aside. It's 2 days before Thanksgiving, and everyone has a thing that they like, and the food or whatever. My wife makes a sweet potato casserole. I cannot stop thinking about it. Last night, in the middle of the night, I was, Liam was sleeping. I'm holding him. And I'm just thinking about it, and I could feel my blood sugar rising. It's so bad. Anyways, that's not what you're here for. Man, but I'm already thinking about it so bad. I only get it once, maybe twice a year, so let me have it. Mine, it will be mine.
Comes a time in a young man's life he should settle down and find himself a wife. But I'm just fine, 'cause I know that you're mine.
We're going at Blue Note Jazz now. Okay.
Fight crime online sometimes, and write rhymes I hide behind, and I switch her wine, both crying I'm fine, if you are fine. Looking back on 2009, when people said that it was raining all the time, I see sunshine, 'cause I know that you're mine.
I'm impressed. Just that they've gone in this direction based off of what we heard before.
When you say that I'm wasting your time, and I smile and tell you things will be fine, for some reason I just can't say I do. Settle down and find yourself a wife. But I'm just fine, 'cause I know you are mine.
I gotta say that listening to the 1975 and their different songs and the different styles that they've clearly you know chosen to explore those avenues. It's really interesting to hear this kind of jazz touch that they have here. Kind of going for that old school kind of blue note style jazz. Keeping it really simple, keeping the melody and the focus, and keeping everything very light, very breezy, very atmospheric, very loungy. And I like that. I think it's a really cool choice to dive into that direction and to execute it, I think, pretty well. I love the trumpet in here. Very, very classic. The light sprinkle of, not guitar, piano, rather. Of course, when it comes to jazz, you have to play with the brushes. And I like how, the production is actually focused on that very well. So listening to a lot of their music, they're very much, they have a very strong production team, I would say, in whichever avenue they're going for, whether it is something more in the pop vein, electronic, a little bit in the rock, like whichever direction that they're heading to, the production always seems to shine in whichever direction they head. And here, I think the same thing with the jazz. Like, it allows the music to breathe appropriately. It's still polished, it's still very smooth, but, the intricacies that, the details, I should say, not intricacies. When it comes to jazz, the space. To me, the brushes on the drums, giving that trumpet or sax a little bit of that atmosphere towards it as well, depending on which direction the piano is going, letting that breathe once again. So, I think that they did a wonderful job of that here. Matt singing is fine. I still am not, wowed by it, but it's fine in this particular track. There's a small part of me, if I'm being 100% honest, there's a small part of me that's I'm like, wow, if there's maybe someone else singing, they would really bring this to life. Not necessarily someone that's singing powerfully or anything like that. The song doesn't need that. He's completely fine. I'm just not in love necessarily with his vocals. I think they're completely adequate. But the rest of the band is pulling a lot of nice weight in this one. And it's really cool to hear, like I said, this particular direction from the band doing this kind of thing. Let's take a look at these lyrics. Where's my button? There we go. There comes a time in a young man's life he should settle down and find himself a wife. But I'm just fine because I know that you are mine. I fight crime online sometimes, then write rhymes I hide behind. And my switch, her whine, both crying, I'm fine if you are fine. Looking back on 2009 when people said it was just raining all the time, I see sunshine because I know. How many hurricanes did we have in 2009 down here? I want to say it was 2007. That's when we had 3 just back to back to back. I remember that time. It was kind of cool it was Hurricane Charlie. It came right over us and the eye passed over us. And it was such a unique feeling, you had the wall, the storm, and it was stormy. And it was bad, obviously. I'm sure many people heard about it. And then when the eye passed over, it was calm. You could see the walls of clouds miles apart, but it was calm. Everyone went outside, checked the damage. I don't know how long. Let's just say it was about an hour or so. And then, hoofed it back inside because the other side of the hurricane was going through. All right, I see sunshine because I know that you're mine. When you say that I'm wasting your time, then I smile and tell you things will be fine. For some reason, I just can't say I do. There comes a time in a young man's life, and he repeats there again. So he says, you're mine. We're in a committed relationship, but just can't take that one extra step, that one little bit of extra to bring it home, to bring it to that final. Obviously, it says that it sounds somewhat woozy with the Aristocrats jazz piano, trumpet solo, Gershwin swings. I almost said swings. I do like the accoutrement of orchestra back there, just kind of bringing everything into that. Less of a, it says here John Coltrane, less of a classic jazz and more into a vocal jazz leading into that, especially with those strings there. John Coltrane, everyone always talks of Love Supreme, but my dad's favorite album was Blue Train. The song featured trumpet solo by Roy Hargrove, which is a really, really nice solo there. A smooth sailing, nice piece of light jazz. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed the music. Thank you, as always, for being here. Des, thank you so much for the support as well. I really appreciate that. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.